Good day, YouTubers. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all around the world. See, I got these shish kebab skewers in there, and that's to help keep the glue from sticking like it is up yonder. I'm going to have to take that off carefully. So we want to cut these because we can't get that board out without cutting these. Hopefully we don't have anything fly loose. Just using this skewer to help lift up the shroud so I can get the cutters in there. Got a little excited with the wrong kind of super glue on the bottom. You got to use the thin kind. So this board, we cut it down a little bit. So we could fit it in here. We've used this board, I think this will be the third time on a ship. And as you can see, as far as tying rat lines goes, I got one knot that I tied here at the beginning just to trap the rope behind there in that first little cut. And that is the only knot we've tied. Use the thin, cheap super glue because it soaks into both of the ropes, the rat line rope and the shroud rope. So I'm actually stuck. Let's see if we can get the board out now. Just cut this up here. Quit shaking. And we'll trim it up. There. So we just wrap that around there and around there and around there and around there till we get from the bottom to the top. I gotta figure out how to get this off without breaking it. I tried to move this board after I glued it, but there we go. It was stuck on there. I didn't want to make something else break loose, so I just left it until we get to this stage. So I'm going to have to take a tan magic marker or something and figure out how to make this look a little better here at the bottom. But the regular thin, cheap super glue is the trick for getting all that up there. At first, when I started, I was using this other super glue, which is for jewelry and metal and glass and stuff like that, but it's got a lot thicker. Yeah, it's definitely side immaculate. It's just thicker, and it might have some other stuff in it that's not in the regular glue that created this. And the other thing I did that I shouldn't have done, because I know better, I've used this thin super glue before and it works great. But I did have to go back with the magic marker and cover it up. But the other thing I did that I shouldn't have done is use this CA glue accelerator. When I got up like 3 or 4 rows down here, I sprayed that on there, and that made everything change this color to the white that's there now. So we'll have to figure out how to repair that. You can see the original color of the thread was sort of a light tan. And it soaks into the rope pretty easily because it's thin. But don't use the accelerator, and don't use a thick goopy glue. You want it to soak into the rope so that both pieces of rope will bond together. And then you're done. I'm just putting glue on the places on the rope that didn't get stuff soaked into it, so they all are the same color everywhere. But we will have to figure out how to get rid of that couple spots that are light colored there. I got some colored magic markers. I think we'll try that. So this isn't too hard to do compared to tying 500 clothes hitch knots. I got some counterweights inside the ship here, and then I got little blocks on the front and the back to help stabilize it from rocking around everywhere. I just want to get that in there where the first rope on the bottom is in the spot where I'm starting from. And then you can see up top here, we got some ropes that are misaligned compared to the other side. So I may have to do some clamping or something. I'm going to put a spacer in there up top, move that over, and then another spacer in over here to move that one, get them to spread out so they're all even. So we'll have to fiddle with that. And then I usually take a clamp or something after I get started and clamp the board to the ship in a couple different places so that it doesn't move while you're running this spool of rope around and around and around and around and around. Once you get it all the way up there and you put a counterweight on the end of it, you just come back and glue each one of the joints Needs to have a little dab of that thin liquid glue on it so it'll bond good. Being as that one side is done, and it went pretty good without too much problem. Other than the color, I gotta fix there. This side a little bit more challenging with the ropes misaligned on top, but we can put some spacers up here above the spot where it's messed up at and get it to line up right and look good before we start putting the rat lines on there and gluing it. So as I promised last week, we would do the reveal. If you haven't watched last week's video, please do like and subscribe. Share it with a friend. I know everybody in the world has this hobby of building wooden model ships, and they like to share their videos with their friends. So there's the reveal. I have purchased a used Easy Go golf cart, battery powered. I think this is a 2019, so it's got all new batteries in it, which is a good thing when it comes to golf carts. Batteries are usually good for about 5 years if they're used heavily. So it's just another toy for me. I used to have boats, now I got golf cart. Must be a sign of getting old. And it's not like I live in a community where everybody has golf carts. No, there's nobody around here with, there might be one somewhere, but not that I know of. Them folks in the last house over there used to have a gas-powered side-by-side. Not really a golf cart. It's more of a toy you go out in the woods with and go hunting or something. So let me fiddle with this, see if I can get this other side done. Make it look like a ship with rat lines and shrouds. Okay, we got this one glued on. I put 3 little boards up here to separate the ropes at the right spot. I might have to dig that one out. Now I just got to cut. Get that bottom one away from the board enough I can get nippers in there. This is so much easier than tying rat lines. And because they're all nice and straight, it looks pretty good too. got to do the ones on this side. Left-handed. Oh, that one is loose on the end there. It's easy not to get enough, and it's easy to get too much. Have a rag handy so you can soak up the excess. That is so satisfying, isn't it? I make that the title to this video. Rat lines done in a jiffy. Yeah, okay. Much better than the other side. You always do better on the second try. Good job. Okay, next is shrouds. I think I got 3 holes drilled in here somewhere. No, there's 4. So we got 4 shrouds to run up. Dead eyes and everything. I'm going to take the 8 dead eyes and tie them in the vise over there with a little bit of extra tail on them. And then I'll probably have to drill these out and then fish them through and tie them off down here somewhere. And that'll give me 8 dead eyes ready to hook to the top dead eyes, which I will go in the vise also and do 8 more with the longer tail on it that will reach up to here. And we'll do the same process that we did on the lower part. So we got 16 dead eyes to tie with tails before we can install them. That's a nice little project to look forward to. Thanks for watching.